Good morning, Prep 1 students. Prepare your books. Let's start Unit 9, New Hello, Adventure. In this unit, we're going to learn the names of different sports related to the sea and sports related to the mountain. Have a look at these names of sports: diving, kayaking, mountain biking, rock climbing, sailing, trekking, windsurfing, and zip lining. Exercise 1. Find these activities in the pictures which are water sports and which are mountain sports. Let's match them together. Have a look at picture 1. This is windsurfing, and sure, it's a water sport. Have a look at picture 2. There is a boat sailing on the river Nile. So, this is sailing. Have a look at picture 3. Yes, this is diving, enjoying the underwater life, diving. Have a look at picture 4. This is rock climbing, in which a climber is climbing the rocks of a mountain. Number 5, this is zip lining. And number 6, what is that? Yes, mountain biking. Number 7, this is kayaking, and this small and narrow a boat is called a kayak. And picture 8, this is trekking, which means going hiking in a wild open place. Let's check which of these sports are water sports and which are mountain sports. Windsurfing, sailing, diving, and kayaking are all water sports, while rock climbing, trekking, mountain biking, and zip lining are all mountain sports. Let's move on to the following exercise. Listening exercise on page 23, exercise 1. Listen to Hassan and Ahmed. Which of the quiz activities do they talk about? Do you remember the quiz activities we talked about before? Diving, kayaking, mountain biking, windsurfing, trekking, zip lining, sailing, and rock climbing. Listen carefully, guys. Ahmed, what are you looking at, Hassan? Hassan, hi Ahmed. It's an article about adventure sports in Egypt. Ahmed, oh yes. Last year, I went diving in the Red Sea. It was amazing. Hassan, I'd love to do that. I'd like to try windsurfing too. Ahmed, what about rock climbing? Hassan, I don't know. I think rock climbing is a bit dangerous, but I like trekking in the mountains. Ahmed, me too. I like the mountains. I'm going to visit Sinai with my family in the holidays. Hassan, are you going to try mountain biking, Ahmed? Ahmed, no. I'm not going to do anything scary. It's very difficult to ride a bike in the mountains. Hassan, I think you're right. Zip lining looks scary too. Ahmed, I think it looks fun. I'm going to try it one day. Hassan, really? No way. So, we have to bear in mind that all the activities or all the quiz activities that we learned today are all adventure activities. What do we mean by adventure activities? Those activities that if you practice them, you will enjoy adventure, taking a risk somehow. Okay. Let's have a look at exercise 2. Yes, exercise 1. Which of these adventure activities did Ahmed and Hassan talk about? Yes, let's think about it. They talked about diving, you're right. Windsurfing, true. Rock climbing, trekking, mountain biking, and zip lining. You are right. Let's move on to exercise 2. Listen again. Are these sentences true or false? Number 1. Ahmed went diving last year. This is true. Number 2. Hassan went windsurfing with his family. False. You are right. Number 3. Hassan thinks rock climbing is dangerous. True. Number 4. Ahmed and Hassan think mountain biking looks scary. True, too. Number 5. Hassan thinks zip lining looks fun. False. And the last one, number 6. Ahmed would like to try zip lining. That's true. Number 3. Read the email and answer the questions. Have a look at the email over here. It's written by Reem and it's sent to Iman. Have a look at the form of the email. Hi Iman. Let's read it together. I am in Dahab with my family. There is so much to do here. This afternoon, we're going to go trekking in the mountains. I'm not going to try rock climbing. It's too scary. Tomorrow, we're going to try windsurfing in the morning, and in the afternoon, we're going to go diving. We're not going to go kayaking. There is no time. Love, Reem. Okay, guys, I'd like you to reread the email again, and let's underline some expressions. In line 2, we are going to go. In line 3, I am not going to try. The second paragraph. Line 2, we are going to go. And line 3, we are not going to go kayaking. Let's move back to the square on your right hand above the email. Going to for future plans. We have already studied future simple, will or want plus infinitive, and we said that we use future simple to talk about future predictions, future facts or factual information, on-the-spot decisions taken at once with no arrangements and with no plans at all. They are taken on the spot with threats, warnings, promises, and so on. Today, we're going to study another way or form to talk about future events. Be going to. And as you can see, verb to be could be am, is, or are, according to the doer of the action in the future, followed by going to, which is fixed, and then the infinitive base form of the verb. This is future be going to, expressing a future plan or arrangement. What is the difference between future be going to and future simple? Future be going to is used to talk about our plans in the future. We have already planned for something. We have already arranged for it, taken our decisions to carry it out, and we have taken steps. So, be going to plus infinitive to express the future means that we have already planned for something and it is going to happen in the future. Future plans that are arranged before are expressed using be going to plus infinitive. Let's return back to the email and answer exercise 3. Read the email and answer the questions. Number 1, is Reem going to go trekking this afternoon? Yes, she is. And this is the short form. Now, what if I want to give the long form of the answer? Yes, she is going to go trekking this afternoon. Let's move on to number 2. Is she going to try rock climbing? Let's have the short answer. No, she isn't. Number 3. What is she going to try tomorrow morning? She is going to try windsurfing tomorrow morning. Number 4. What is she going to try tomorrow afternoon? She's going to try diving tomorrow afternoon. Number 5. Is she going to go kayaking? Why or why not? No, she is not going to go kayaking because there is no time. And what is kayaking? It's, yes, paddling in a small narrow boat which is called a kayak. Let's move on to exercise 4, the listening exercise on page 23. Here we go. Listen to Mustafa and Hazim playing a game. Which bags do they choose? Listen carefully. Mustafa, I'm going to go to the mountains. Hazim, okay. Are you going to go trekking? Mustafa, no, I'm not. Hazim, are you going to go rock climbing? Mustafa, yes, I am. Hazim, your bag is D. Mustafa, that's right. Hazim, my turn. I'm going to the beach. Mustafa, are you going to go kayaking? Hazim, no, I'm not. Mustafa, are you going to go diving? Hazim, yes, I am. Mustafa, your bag is B. Okay, so which bags does Hazim choose? You are right, B. And which bag does Mustafa choose? Definitely D. Exercise 5 is a very amusing exercise. It's really enjoyable. You can do it with a group of your friends. Look at the picture and play the game in pairs. In pairs means in twos. Let's move on to page 24, reading passage. Follow me in your books. Read Ahmed's plans. When is he going to climb Mountain Catherine? And what do you think a tent is? Remember, we're going to talk about Ahmed's plans. Future plans are expressed using be going to plus infinitive. My trekking adventure. Do you remember the meaning of the word trekking? Yes, I have just said it. Trekking. Going hiking in a wild or an open place, exploring and walking aimlessly. Okay? My trekking adventure by Ahmed. Next year, I'm going to go trekking across Sinai. It's going to be a big adventure. I'm going to travel nearly 5 kilometers through mountains from Ras Chitan to Sirabit el-Khadim. I am going to sleep in a tent and stay with the Bedouin families. You know the Bedouins? The Bedouins are people who live in primitive tribes in Sinai. They have the special uniform, special customs and habits to follow. And of course, they have the special famous meals. Okay? I'm going to sleep in a tent and stay with Bedouin families. I'm going to have a guide to help me find the way and a camel to carry food and water. The journey is going to take me 43 days. Have a look at the map and the picture, and then have a look at the notes on your right hand. Here is my plan. The 3rd of March, leave Ras Shaitan. On the 14th of March, arrive at Ain Qid. The 30th of March, arrive at St. Catherine. On the 1st of April, I'm going to climb Mountain Catherine. 15th of April, arrive at Sirabat al-Khadim. Think about these numbers: 3rd, 14th, 30th, 1st, 15th. These are what we call the ordinal numbers. What are the ordinal numbers that we studied when we were young? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and so on. Let's have a look at exercise 2. Read the web page again and complete the sentences with words from the box. Follow me in your book, it would be much clearer than this. 43, 500, April, camel, March, tent, and deer. Number 1, Ahmed is going to go trekking next year. Number 2, he is going to travel 500 kilometers. Number 3, he is going to sleep in a tent. You are right. Number 4, a camel is going to carry food and water. Number 5, the journey is going to take 43 days. Number 6, his journey is going to start in March. Number 7, it's going to finish in April. And remember, future plans, am is are, going to plus infinitive or base form of the verb. Let's move on to the following page. Page 25. And on page 25, have a look at the remember box on your right hand. This is what we have just been talking about. When we write 1 ST March, we mean the 1st of March, the 2nd of March, 3rd of March, the 30th of March. These are what we call the ordinal numbers. Okay. Listening exercise on page 25. Listen and write the dates in your notebook. Those are the dates that we have already wrote. Let's move on to exercise 4. Work in pairs. Look at the plan on page 24 and say what Ahmed is going to do. On the 3rd of March, Ahmed is going to leave Ras Shaitan. Okay. What is he going to do on the 14th of March? Of course, on the 14th of March, Ahmed is going to arrive at Ain Qid. On the 30th of March, Ahmed is going to arrive at St. Catherine. And St. Catherine is the famous mountain in Sinai, which is visited by thousands of tourists yearly. St. Catherine. On the 1st of April, Mountain is going to climb Mount Catherine. Ahmed is going to climb Mount Catherine. On the 15th of April, Ahmed is going to arrive at Sirabat al-Khadim. And remember, before dates of days, 3rd of March, 14th of March, 30th of March, we have to use the preposition on, because this is the date of a day. If you follow me in your book, this would be obvious. The tip. Have a look at the tip. It's important to negotiate when you need to decide something important with other people. What does it mean to negotiate? To negotiate means to talk with other people, giving your own opinion, listening to their own opinion, exchanging experiences and opinions in order to reach one point that all of you agree on. This is the meaning of the word negotiate. Remember, negotiation is the noun. It's not about winning or losing an argument. Listen carefully to what other people say. You should try to get the best ideas from and for each other. This is one of the life skills we learn in this unit, how to negotiate with people, and that negotiation is really valuable in our lives. Life skills. You are going to go mountain climbing. Choose 3 things you should take with you. Number 2, compare answers with a partner. Negotiate the 3 most important things to take with you. Do it as a home assignment and check your contribution with your teacher to help you and guide you for any more information you need or correct your mistakes. Let's move on to exercise 5. Listen to Mariam talking about her plan. Complete her notes. Listen carefully, guys. Mariam, next year, I'm going to go sailing down the Nile with my family. We're going to travel from Aswan to Luxor. We're going to leave Aswan on the 28th of December. We're going to arrive in Luxor on the 4th of January. Okay, let's fill in my adventure. Activity, go sailing down the Nile. She's going to travel from Aswan. She's going to travel to Luxor. She's going to leave on the 28th of December. And she's going to arrive on the 4th of January. You are perfect students. Let's move on to the project. On the same page, plan your own adventure. Think about it. Imagine that you have your own adventure. Which place would you prefer to go? And which of these adventure activities that we learn about in this unit would you prefer to try? Say why. Remember, if you are going to take such a step, you are planning for it, and then you have to use the future be going to form to express your actions. Work in pairs. Choose an adventure sport from the lesson or your own ideas, if you have something else to write about. Number 2, research information about the sport. Where can you do it? What equipment or skills do you need to do it? And how long will you need? Equipment means tools. Number 3, tell other students about your plan. Prepare your project and the teacher will be happy to receive it. Move on to page 26, lesson 3. Reading. Read the postcard. Do you know what a postcard is? Yes, it's a card carrying a certain natural view or a picture of a natural view, a stunning one, that you send to your relatives in your country if you go abroad. Okay? Read the postcard. Which activities are they going to do tomorrow? Rock climbing, trekking, or zip lining? Dear Grandma, we're really enjoying ourselves on holiday in South Africa. And remember, on holiday. On. It's beautiful here and there is a lot to do. Yesterday was an adventure. We went trekking in the mountains. It was sunny when we started, but when we got to the top of the mountain, we saw dark clouds. On the way down, the rain started. Then there was a storm. The rocks were wet and Tamer fell over and hurt himself. But it's okay. His leg is better today. Tomorrow, the weather is going to be better, so we're going to try zip lining. I'm a bit frightened, but I'm excited to see you soon, Dalia. Which activity are they going to do tomorrow? Think about it. Zip lining. You are right. Let's move on to exercise 2. Read again and choose the correct answers. Dalia is on holiday in South Africa. Number 2. At the start of the trek, the weather was, remember at the start. Yes, of course, it was sunny. Number 3. Tamer hurt his, what did she say? Leg, of course. Number 4. The weather tomorrow is going to be better. 5. Dalia, go zip lining. Yes. Wants to go zip lining. Have a look at the weather words on your right hand over here. These are weather words, nouns, and the adjectives derived from those nouns. Rain, the adjective is rainy, we add y. Sun, sunny, remember to double the last n before adding the y. Cloudy, windy, snowy, stormy, and foggy, we have to double the last g. Similar to sunny, because we have a consonant vowel consonant cluster and the vowel in between is stressed. So we double the last letter before we add y. Let's move on to the language section. Exercise 3. Tamer heard, sorry, I missed it. Complete the table. Which letter or letters do you add to make the adjective? Use a dictionary if you need to. We have already gone through this exercise. Let's move on to the listening exercise on page 26. Exercise 4. Listen to the descriptions A to D. Which one describes the photo in exercise 1? Listen carefully, guys. Description A. It's very sunny and there aren't any clouds in the sky. I think it's a very hot day. B. There are lots of clouds and they are very dark. I think that there is going to be a storm. C. It's a sunny day, but there are some clouds in the sky above the mountain. I think it's quite hot. D. It's very foggy. I think it's raining. It looks cold and wet. Remember, we are describing the picture on the postcard. Which one would be the best description? Yes, it's a sunny day, but there are some clouds in the sky above the mountain. I think it's quite hot. Description C matches with the picture. The rest of the unit is going to be covered with your teacher in class. Hope you manage to benefit from this lesson and wish you good luck. Goodbye.